Hey everyone, some warnings and dangers with Bitcoin that you might want to be aware of. Let's get right into it. As everybody knows, right now, Bitcoin is in an absolute mania. Everybody and his uncle are buying some Bitcoin. Well, guess what? That's actually part of the problem. Typically, a top in any market is marked by a bunch of people piling in after a massive move higher. Well, that's exactly what we've seen here recently with Bitcoin. In fact, this month is the best performing month in the history of Bitcoin, and now a bunch of people are buying. Now, don't get me wrong. Bitcoin can absolutely continue to move higher. I'm not saying it can't. It absolutely can. However, if you're thinking about buying Bitcoin right now at the current price, I don't know, you might want to think about it, a little bit further and maybe do a little more research and maybe think, do I want to buy here, or do I maybe want to wait it out just a little bit longer to see if this thing will come in a little bit so I can grab a better, more desirable price? You never know. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but there are a few things that I'm looking at to help determine where is price going with Bitcoin and where am I a willing buyer. You always want to identify where are you a willing buyer in the event price starts collapsing. Where do you want to step in and start buying something? Whether we're talking about Bitcoin, stocks, ETFs, currencies, futures contracts, commodities, anything, precious metals, it doesn't matter what it is. You always want to have a price identified where you are a willing buyer. Well, I can tell you where I'm a willing buyer of Bitcoin. It's not right now, but let's take a look at price, where it is. Well, as of this recording, price is sitting at about $56,000 or so, and the recent high was about a little over $57,000. Now, where has price gone over the last few months to lead it up to $57,000? Well, I can tell you this much. Just a few months ago, about 3 months ago, Bitcoin was sitting at about just under the all-time highs, the previous all-time highs. Remember that? Back in late or sometime in 2017, price on Bitcoin was all the way up just under $20,000, and all of a sudden it collapsed. Well, when price was sitting at about $17,000, $18,000, $19,000, I was telling people, hey, this thing is going sub 10,000. And everybody would look at me and say, dude, you're crazy. Get out of here. I don't know why you're even saying that. I'm insulted that you just said Bitcoin is going sub 10,000. Now, I'm not saying it's going sub 10,000 again, but my point was, a short time later, sure enough, Bitcoin was under 10,000. Not only that, it was around $3,000 just a short time after that again. So it did go significantly lower. I'm not saying I'm right all the time, but you got to be aware of these big, massive, parabolic, hyperbolic moves that happen in crypto, stocks, ETFs, currencies, futures contracts, whatever we're talking about. You got to be aware of these moves and know how they act, because here's why. Typically, it doesn't matter what we're talking about, any type of trading vehicle, any type of instrument, any type of financial product, when it moves significantly higher like we've seen in Bitcoin over the last 3 months or so, typically what happens is eventually it pegs a high and then it will revert back to the origin of the move that launched it higher. Well, that brings me down to the price that I have my eyes on. So let's rewind about 3 months from now when price was sitting at the previous all-time highs. So price on Bitcoin moved higher up to about $19,000 or so. It challenged the previous all-time highs at just under 20 grand, and then it collapsed by about $3,000 or so, down to about $16,000. Well, once it hit that $16,000 range, guess what it did? It went basically straight up, and it's been going basically straight up ever since for about 3 months. Now I get it, there's been a few days where it's gone down, there's a few days where it's been basing around, and there's a few days where it continues to move higher and higher, and where it doesn't do a whole lot. I get it, it doesn't go higher every single day, but for the most part, over the last 3 or so months, it has gone significantly higher. In fact, 350% higher from the $16,000 range that I'm looking at. So, again, I'm not saying it's going to go there tomorrow. However, Bitcoin could absolutely continue moving much higher. How much higher? I have no clue. But where am I a willing buyer on Bitcoin? Is it here at about $56,000, $57,000? No, Not a chance. I'm not buying Bitcoin here at $56,000, $57,000. Not even thinking about it. In fact, I'm keeping my eyes on the $16,000 range. Basically, if this thing falls below $17,000, the lower in the 16s we can get, the better. And I am an absolute happy and willing buyer of Bitcoin anywhere in the $16,000 range. Now again, you might be thinking, dude, you are absolutely nuts. I am so offended by you right now. I can't even believe you just said that Bitcoin is going to $16,000. I don't know that it is for sure. All I'm saying is that I've been watching the markets, all of these trading vehicles, stocks, ETFs, currencies, futures contracts, commodities. I've seen it all, and I've seen this pattern play out so many times over and over and over again. And all I'm telling you is at some point, Bitcoin will come back down. Where it stops, nobody knows. But I can tell you, if it reaches that $16,000 level, that would be the origin of this most recent move that has launched it higher by 350%. So, could you imagine that there's more demand sitting in that pocket right there? That many people who wanted to buy at $16,000, $17,000 maybe didn't get in, and when price retraces to that level, they may say, hey, there it is. I wanted to get it right there. I didn't get it last time. Check it out. It's back in that range. I'm a willing buyer. I'm one of those people. So, anyway, if you're one of those people thinking about buying some Bitcoin or some crypto right now, again, do whatever you want. I don't take advice from me. I'm just telling you what I know based on over 12 years of watching the markets on a daily basis very, very closely and studying chart patterns. I've seen this stuff. But anyway, do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Do whatever fits your investment strategy and whatever your time horizon is and your risk profile. Whatever works for you. But all I'm saying is, after a massive move higher and the best performing month in the history of Bitcoin, do you really want to be buying right now? Again, maybe it continues moving higher up to $100,000 or $1 million like some people are saying. You never know. Maybe it does. And maybe I'm the guy that misses out on everything and it never gets in. Maybe that's me. But you never know. All I'm saying is I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, and I'm pointing out a level in which I think when it gets back down there will be an amazing buying opportunity into this product. So, hope this helps you out. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below if you haven't done so already. Feel free to share the video if you want, and leave any comments or questions down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, everybody. I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.